The president of Finland, Mr. Stubb, visited Beijing. Basically, according to the readout, the first and foremost thing is economic and trade exchange improvement between the two countries. And then follow on, there is green technology and green economy collaboration between the two countries. Now this is very interesting because electric vehicles and solar panels and so on that the Europeans are putting heavy duties on in those produced in China are exactly what green is all about. Reduction of carbon emission and improving the environment and to reduce climate change. While you talk about positive collaboration in these sectors, you impose heavy duties on Chinese-made products in exactly these sectors. Seems a little contradictory, to say the least. But the situation within the EU, I think, is getting complicated as well, because there are those who are opposed to slapping heavy duties on Chinese electric vehicles, and there are those who are under political pressure actually abstain from the vote. And there are those who actually resisted by voting no against the imposition of these duties. It reflects the different levels of interest and different national interest considerations among the EU countries. For example, Germany is a major auto exporter, and it's very concerned about retaliatory tariffs on their products on a global basis. Would be disastrous because many of their cars that's made in China are exported to the rest of the world. So they're quite vehement in opposing these actions of duties against the Chinese electric vehicles. But still, there are those who falter under US pressure to do the same as what the US is doing. They would not go as far as 100%, but 45% is still very, very significant. These are countries which are falling under US pressure to do so. So I think it's quite clear that we're going to see some real disunity within the EU on these issues of trade with China because of the different national interests that they have to consider. And there will also be significant consumer resistance against the imposition of these heavy custom duties against Chinese electric vehicles. Because why should consumers pay so much more for the same product which is sold much cheaper elsewhere? So I suspect that this will actually lead to further the breaking up of unity among the EU countries, and they will go their separate ways. And they will go their separate ways eventually in a very unpleasant way.